vampire theory. Uh, Cloud of vapor. Where is that? Okay, so it's coming on the left. Oh my god, I hate this. This is... Uh... No, I can't hit enter on that. I can't... There is no battle. There was no battle for him. Where is he? View, it's just his corpse. There was no battle report. Now we do. Axe Dwarf. So this is what I'm talking about. There's this. Like, that should show up if the mosquitoes attacked him. So, I'm thinking it was a murder. Now, we'll go into justice and we'll figure this out. So, Axe Dwarf, giant sponge pushes most... Really? Did I just lose my... Wow, okay, so... To you guys that don't know about sponges, giant sponges and whatnot, he just did kill my only military guy, which sucks. So now I have no military. I mean, he's bad, but he was still military. Where'd he die? Zoom. Oh, he was in the water even. Did his body get washed downstream? I have no idea where his body went. Anyway, giant sponges. Problematic because the thing about sponges in Dwarf Fortress, and here's a kicker. Here's the real kicker about sponges. They're immortal. They don't die. Ever. So that makes them, they're really good punching bags if you have armored dwarves, but they are completely immortal. So it doesn't matter how many guys I send to go kill him, that sponge is not dying anytime soon. So, those of you who thought I'd be a little crazy getting those coffins prematurely, I already got the coffins. You can actually trap the... question in the chat, can you trap sponges? Yes, you can trap the sponges. And then you can use them as punching bags, basically. As long as your dwarfs are good enough fighters. The vapor, the evil vapor, the cloud of unholy vapor, that is very specific to terrifying locations. That again, I'm playing in a terrifying location, and it's very specific to terrifying, is the unholy vapor. If you go into like a terrifying haunted, it'll rain like goo and stuff, and if you just stay in haunted areas, it'll do other weird stuff. I mean, the undead will rise from the ground randomly, and you're like, what the heck, there were never these bodies here. Well, now they are. Congratulations, you're being overrun by zombies. It's really, really screwed up. You need to be very careful when choosing what you're doing. Also, give you guys that are new to watching this a recap of what our starting location is. Temperate, temperature, so moderate, whatever, good enough. But no trees. The trees are none. Vegetation, none. And surrounding area, terrifying. So we are in one of the worst case scenarios. The worst case scenario being anything haunted. Literally anything haunted is worst case scenario. Because everything is immortal, not just sponges. Your dead dwarves are reincarnated, and then they kill your dwarves. And you hack off a piece of a dwarf, and that gets reincarnated, and it'll start killing your dwarves. Going back to a story I said a little bit earlier, you die... I died, I should say, from a giant's toenail. A freaking giant's toenail killed my entire dwarven population in one of my games because I decided to live in a haunted location. It is impossible. Absolutely, positively impossible. I mean, there's probably a way. I bet if I played it long enough, I could figure out how to live in haunted, but it's like the hardest possible challenge ever. Yeah, I mean, you can look at Terrifying as hard mode, Untamed Wilds as normal hard, something like that. Wilderness is normal, and it goes down from there all the way to Serene, which is completely peaceful, pretty much. Sinister is kind of like Terrifying, only it's not as bad. It's a little more peaceful. Terrifying is... And Burial... Okay, Dragoon says he found a way to find the vampire, so that's good. I heard of a lot of different ways. A lot of them are a little too extreme for me, but we'll hear what he has to say. Okay, yeah, no, that's the Dwarf Fortress Wiki. What I was talking about earlier is the DF Magma Wiki. That's what I use. I'll go ahead and post that in chat. I use the Dwarf Fortress Magma Wiki. It's pretty cool. Go ahead and look at the dwarffortresswiki.org, though. That's pretty much the exact same thing. In fact, that is the exact same thing. So, whatever, it's the exact same website. But yeah, I've actually read that. That's how I found out about vampires. I actually read that article on vampires and how to catch them and everything. It's very interesting. But yeah, going back to like Sinister, the surroundings, I'm just gonna go ahead and post a link in chat. You can see what's good and what's bad. These are your surroundings right here. I'm posting that right now. But for those of you watching on YouTube, you won't be able to see the chat. You won't be able to see the link. So I'm going to go ahead and break it down for you what it says in there. Fishery worker throwing a tantrum. Okay, now this is bad. Dwarven child also throwing a tantrum. It's because we lost our axe dwarf. So before we get into the surroundings, tantrum spirals. Worst case scenario for any fortress. It can be no big deal. It can also be game ending. Like, it will pretty much screw you over. Let's go ahead and make a bunch of coffins, just in case. A dwarf throws a tantrum, he hits another dwarf on the head, and so he has to go to jail for injuring a dwarf. So other people get upset. The guy that got hit on the head is upset, so he might throw a tantrum. The people that see the other guy go into jail, they might throw a tantrum. And it just becomes a total tantrum spiral. Everyone kills everyone, and it's game over from there. You gotta be very careful with the tantrum spirals. Gotta watch this very quickly. Okay, so we saw right here. Trade depot is destroyed, so we go to justice. Injured party, the farmer, the guy that was going out and doing a tantrum. Actually, no. This is the murder. They caught the vampire. They actually saw the vampire happen. That's right, I said I was going to look into this. They actually saw the blood-sucking happen. Injured party, the farmer, the guy that died. The witness, Cogsack, Costal Shill, accuses Limmel. So he's probably... Is he dead? Is that vampire done? Yes. In fact, he is. Limmel. Where's Limmel? Citizens. Limmel, the blacksmith. Interesting. Okay, so we're gonna do something I don't necessarily approve of, but I'm doing it anyway. For now. I'm gonna take in chat's advice right now. What they said, wall him off. I'm gonna just put him in a separate room so he can't suck the blood of anyone anymore. Brave vampire, gotta tell you, man. Brave vampire. Everyone's throwing a tantrum, though. Okay, so we're gonna rebuild our trade depot out of marble once again. Yeah, vampires live very long lives. They don't need food. They don't need drink. They are just there. They're basically immortal beings, kind of like sponges. So, a cheap way to never lose in this game is to literally wall your vampire off in some room somewhere, and, you know, like, all your dwarves could die from something, and your blacksmith, in this case the blacksmith, your vampire, will just stay isolated in his chamber for all eternity. And you never actually technically lose. Now, I'm not going to, like, if I lose all my dwarves, I'm not going to wait for more migrants to show up because that's boring. If I lose all my dwarves except for my vampire, I'm going to start a new game. But I'm not going to have my vampire going around killing people. That's just not cool. Trust me, you don't want to play against sponges. They are evil. So where's my blacksmith? I want to read about him. So let's go ahead and look at what he looks like right now. Quite content, admired, she, my bad, she. Married, has 2 children, citizen of a lot of things. Appearance of somebody that's 110 years old, one of the first of her kind. Interesting. Interesting. And she received punishment, obviously, as she's injured. She's strong, hair is extremely long, muscular, would be a beautiful military dwarf if she wasn't a freaking vampire. Oh my gosh. Way with words, good spatial sense, relaxed, put off by authority, straightforward, she often does the first thing that comes to mind, runs her fingers through her hair when she's thinking, needs alcohol. Starting to work slow due to the scarcity of alcohol. It's because it's winter. We have plants, but we're not using them, are we? No. Can we make another barrel? Please? Please, barrel? I need logs. Can I chop down trees? Okay, we have some tree. We have a tree. Yes, a lot of the blue text is usually what's lies. The background can usually be lies, actually. So, you really got to analyze everything. If you want to look into actually like how to find a vampire in-depth analysis, go ahead and look right now. Okay, so citizen of the Puzzling Chambers, member of the Imperial Sword, former member of the Emerald Knife, former member of the Humble Paint, former member of Urns of Hoping, Tomb of Twisting, general of the Emerald Knife. Okay, so let's look at relationships then. What do we got? Passing acquaintance of a bunch of people, husband, son, daughter, deity. No health problems, despite being injured. There's no health problems. There's really no way to check any of this, unfortunately. Probably some of it's lies, but there's really no way right now that I can see to check it. That is actually something I will check right now. You can check relationships, that's right. Totally skipped on that part. Okay, so, yes, that was a very good catch right there. Husband, only son, only daughter. Notice, I can't view them. See this little V right here? If they were in my fortress, they would come with her, and I can't view them. They did not come with her, which is really weird. They would always come with her. So, good catch. Notice the V lights up, the Z lights up. You can view things that exist, but I cannot view these. So, yeah, very good catch on to why she's a vampire. We're gonna add. Oh no. We're gonna. Oh, what? Oh, whoops. Add a new burrow. Burrow 2. And we're going to define this burrow to be here. We're going to add the blacksmith to the burrow. So again, big thank you to the chat for making this Let's Play as educational as possible. Any questions at all, I'm happy to answer. About the stream, about the game, about whatever. I will answer it to the best of my knowledge. So, we should have more coffins. Both of these are used, Axe Dwarf and Farmer, so that's good. That was the wrong thing to build. Not that. Coffin. Burial receptacle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so now we have our graveyard starting to build up. And we do have a little bit of wood. So,